Hello, my name is Drew Stoll, and this is Talmara, a game of strategy. The theme of this game is that you are on the continent of Talmara. This is the Faerun province owned and run by the Faerun Empire. The Dolar Imperium and the Faerun Empire are fighting each other. The Dolar Imperium wants to take over the Faerun Empire, and they have done so up to this point and down the south side of the Faerun province. Of course, the Faerun want their land back. This is a game based in strategy. The winning conditions are that the Faerun Empire must take back all their land, the Dolar Imperium must take back the rest of the Faerun land. In short, all tiles must be taken, and of course, a loss occurs when all your tiles are taken. Each turn, you can move one unit, except for in battles. In battles, we will get over that in a second. You start the game with a certain amount of units, for example, 20. I have just said. Each turn, of course, you get X amount of resources per city you control, or maybe per tile that you control, and trade routes come into this as well. And of course, each turn you can order the recruitment of specific soldier types in specific cities. In cities you can order them, and in bigger cities you can order different types. And of course, each has a cost amount per resource, and a specific resource amount. You can link together 2 to 4 units to form an army. And this game does require at least one 6-sided dice, where you roll a dice to see how many turns the unit takes to complete, which is based off of whether maybe if you roll a 1, you get your people have trained these troops with inspiration, and they get to train faster. And if you get a 6, then your instructors are not all that are not being all that competent that day. To start a battle, you must be within 1 tile of an enemy unit, so next to each other. You have to be a tile next to another one. Battle mechanics. The battle consists of course, what units are against which units. Archers have advantage versus soldiers. Soldiers have advantage versus archers. Just for example, if there were crossbowmen and then archers, the crossbowmen would have a shorter range than the archers. The soldiers, of course, have a specific amount they can move in 1 turn. If you had knights on horses, they could move farther. Catapults, of course, can't move really slow, but have a very far range, that sort of stuff. Soldiers are evenly matched up against each other, just as archers versus archers, crossbow versus crossbow, they're evenly matched versus each other. This basically gives it a sense of a more complex version of chess for the battles. And each unit has health points, so how much damage they can take. Each unit does X amount of damage, which depends on which unit does which. Of course, catapult's going to do a ton more damage than a soldier. Soldier's going to do, or a knight's going to do more damage than a soldier. And a soldier has a certain amount of range. A foot soldier is going to, or each unit has a certain amount of range. A foot soldier is going to have directly in front, and so will a knight. A bowman or crossbowman is going to have a much longer range, and of course, a catapult will have a very far range. You can build naval units to attack enemy naval units. You can cut off their trade routes to stop them from getting supplies from them. You can use geographical features such as mountains and forests to hide and ambush other players. When you start a battle, you can wait for the other player, or you can declare ambush. An ambush gives you the starting turn. Waiting for the other player is just a sort of friendly thing, like, yeah, I'm ready to put all my attention at this. You don't have to. You can attack them at any time if you want. But to another thing that you can do for ambushing is using the cover. Um, because when they are in the cover, when you are in cover, the enemy armies can't see you, so they can't attack you. You are the only ones that can attack them. Naval units move on water, ground units move on land, and naval units can drop off up to 4 ground units, which is an army. So you can take the naval units and swoop them around the side of the enemy border and drop them right in. The player intention. The player can disrupt enemy trade routes by blocking them off, by taking them for themselves. They can build whichever units they want. They can move their units wherever. They can claim trade routes. They can ambush the enemy or fight them face to face, such as ambushing them from a forest or just going straight at them. They can hide behind mountain ranges or in forests to hide from the enemies. And a big thing, they can choose to control a city or raise it for resources. Controlling the city will give them more resources over time, but raising a city will give it automatic resources. In conclusion, this is a 2-person game. I could expand it and make it a 2 to 4-person game. It's a medieval setting. Of course, the goal is to take all the tiles, and it's strategy based. Also, for a side note, this game is based off of my current D&D campaign, so that and I came up with all of it with original concepts and maps. The map in the front page is from my D&D campaign. I did not draw it specifically for this, but I have taken my D&D campaign that I made as inspiration for this game. Thank you.